Namaskar students and welcome. In this video, we are going to see 7 science lesson number 9 heat. So let's begin. First children, let us observe these pictures. The question asked is, are they related to heat? Yes, of course they are related to heat because we see here milk is boiling when we are supplying heat energy to it. Something is being cooked in the cooker here. In this picture, we can see that the boy is having fever, which means even living things have heat in their body. And when the heat energy increases in our body, we need to be careful. We have to take medicine and lower down the heat energy of our body. Lower down our fever. This picture, children, shows the ice is melting. How the ice is melting? When it is taking the heat energy from the atmosphere and then it is converting itself into water. This is again a beautiful explanation of heat energy. Now this picture, children, most probably it is the winter season, and in the winter season these people are making themselves comfortable by burning fire, and they are making themselves warm because the temperature is very cold. This picture, children, there is a buffalo. Even that buffalo is standing in water, enjoying itself in water, maybe because it is very hot outside, and so this buffalo is trying to cool itself. So children, these are very nice examples related to the heat chapter. So let us see what is given in our lesson. First thing, children, there are basically 3 methods of heat transfer. First method is conduction. Now, this picture explains us the concept of conduction of heat. There is a burner, we can see there are spots of wax. See these ones, these ones, these ones. And with these wax, we are attaching pins, metal pins. And these are 3 metal strips. And we are placing them on a tripod stand, and then we are heating it from one end. Now, what is conduction? The transfer of heat from a hot part of an object to the cold part is called conduction of heat. From this hot part, the heat energy will travel to the colder parts. That is called as conduction of heat. Conduction of heat takes place in solids. Conduction needs a medium. You must have some medium through which the heat energy is traveling. Next one, children, the second method of heat transfer is convection. Now, what is convection? The transfer of heat by means of currents is called convection of heat. See children, there is one picture shown here. In this picture, what we are actually doing is, we are adding potassium permanganate into this, and then as the potassium permanganate dissolves in it, it is going to spread in the whole liquid. So, we add this potassium permanganate to observe the water currents carefully when we are heating that liquid. How does the heat energy actually travel in liquids? Convection of heat takes place in liquids and gases. Convection needs a medium. Convection currents travel upwards only. Yes, they only travel upwards. They come down from the other side. Again they go up and then they come down. The hot air, the hot water goes up and the colder water takes its place. That's how the convection currents are traveling. We are just adding potassium permanganate to observe these convection currents carefully. Convection currents travel upwards only. This point, children, is very important. Why this point is important? See children, there is one activity also given to us which is trying to explain us that the convection currents are only traveling upwards. There is ice wrapped in wire gauze, because what happens if we place ice in water, it will obviously float above the water, on the surface of water. So just to make it heavy, we are wrapping it in wire gauze and then placing it at the bottom of the test tube. And then when we are heating this test tube from the end, we will observe that this ice is not melting. Why this ice is not melting? Because when you heat this water, the convection currents are going to travel up only. They will not come down. So this experiment, this activity shows us that the convection currents only travel upwards. The third type of heat transfer. First one was conduction, second one we saw was convection, and this third type of heat transfer is radiation. The transfer of heat that takes place without a medium is called radiation. This is radiation, children. Here, the heat energy from the fire is transferred directly to the hands without any medium, without any solid, without any liquid. Obviously, there is air. Radiation takes place in gases. Yes, usually radiation currents are traveling through the gases. Now children, this is one very nice piece of information given to us in our textbook. Infrared camera radiation, a wonder of science. Radiation of heat takes place from many objects in nature. Yes children, we saw in the beginning that even the living things are radiating heat energy. If the human beings are radiating heat energy, if the buffalo, if the other animals are also radiating heat energy, then definitely the trees, because they are also living things, the trees also might be radiating heat energy. Trees, mountains, stones and roads. Yes children, every substance is absorbing some part of heat energy and reflecting back, giving out some part of heat energy. Even the non-living things. A camera has been developed which uses these radiations to make our surroundings visible at night. It is called an infrared camera. Using this camera, it is possible to keep a watch on the movement of the enemy during the night. Yes children, the human beings are going to show a different aura. The human beings are going to show different types of radiations than the non-living things, than the other small organisms. So children, this is very helpful for us to keep a watch on our enemies, especially in the forest areas. It helps in our military services, children. Now, do all substances absorb heat? Yes, all substances do absorb heat. It depends on their capacity. It depends on their structure. When heat rays fall on an object, a part of it is absorbed by the object and a part of it is reflected. The ability of an object to absorb heat radiation depends on its color and also its intrinsic properties. Intrinsic properties means internal properties. For example, this is going to absorb more heat rays and also reflect more heat rays. That is why it is shining a lot. But this conch shell is not going to absorb a lot of heat rays and it is not even going to reflect back a lot of heat rays. So children, how much heat energy a substance is going to absorb or it is going to reflect depends on the capacity, structure and making of that particular substance. Depending on that, we have good conductors and bad conductors of heat. The substances which allow heat to transfer through them are called good conductors. For example, metals. All the metals are good conductors of heat. And the substances which allow heat to transfer through them very slowly are called bad conductors of heat or insulators. This is also going to become little bit hot, children. When you keep some hot object on it, but it is not as good as these metals. That is why it is a poor conductor of heat, or we can also call it as an insulator. So children, we have completed till the good and bad conductors of heat in this particular part of the lesson. Now we will continue the remaining part in the next video. Thank you for watching till the end.